So, first of all, I like to welcome all the sort of prominent people. It gives me immense pleasure that they are with us today. And I can understand how busy they are, but still they have managed to give us so much time, come and talk to our students. So, thank you, everybody, very much. And my thanks also to Vinod and other team members who have worked very hard to put this all together, especially during this very hard COVID affected period. And then my thanks also to all of you who have managed to find time and come and attend today's event. So let me straight go into what Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth wants to do. My background is that I was born and brought up in India. I did mechanical engineering from ITBHU. I got awarded a scholarship, so I went to Cambridge, studied there. I taught there, then taught in India for a few years, and then Cambridge wanted me back, so I went back there again, and then more or less stayed back in UK in academia. So for 20 years, I was in Britain, and after that, about 13 years back, Swinburne University in Australia, they said come over, so I went there, and for the last about 8-9 years, I've been pro-vice chancellor. There's a large university, 60,000 students, campuses in many places overseas as well, in the top few hundred universities in the world and doing very, very well. Last year, I have been very heavily involved with Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth, and I decided to come to India and work for Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth. Basically, I think that the kind of ethos, the kind of thoughts that CVV has got are really very good. So I'll tell you what I will be doing. So next week I'll take charge, and then these are my thoughts. So my thoughts are that our students must be global in mind and Indian in heart. And I'll tell you why these things are important. So let me show you, I'm sure you know, I've just taken just from the Google. If you check the top companies in the world and you see who their CEOs are, you'll be very pleasantly surprised to see that many of them are Indian. So I'm very proud that many of these large global conglomerates, massive companies whose products we use day and night are run by Indians. So if you see IBM, Google, Microsoft, Adobe, MasterCard, Arista Networks, many of these companies are run by Indians. And if you go into their life, you find that they studied in India. And they have very strong ties, family ties, and Indian ties. And with that, they went abroad. Some of them worked in India, then went there. They rose to the very top of these massive companies, and they're running them very well. And these companies are very profitable, very, very good. So what is that makes them do such big things and still remain very happy and guide these companies? Global in mind, but they're very, very knowledgeable, but they are very deep rooted in their Indian values also. So both of these are important. I'll show you what is happening to the world today, and then I'll tell you how our concept helps in that. So this is some information which are taken from McKinsey. It is one of the top companies in the world for consulting. They looked at how economy is changing in the world and how skills will be changing. So here I'm giving you some data from Australia, but very similar data from all over the world. So what you find on the left hand side is that how many people are doing physical work, how many are doing technological work, social work, cognitive, and all that. And you find that as expected, things are changing. So there is less need for physical work, more need for technological work, social emotional skills, that kind of a thing. And if you consider that, what is needed nowadays is that for future jobs, a combination of skill sets is needed. So you have to be really, really good in your domain area. So whatever you are doing, you must know that very well. Plus, your social skills should also be very strong. Why that is important now? Because things have become very global. 50 years back, 40 years back, in fact, I remember 1984 when I went to Cambridge, there were very few people from that city where people will go abroad. Nowadays, virtually everybody from each household is abroad. So world has become smaller, more networked. If it is more networked, you need those social skills to work within that network. That is the reason why you need this. Emotional skills, entrepreneurial skills, your spiritual skills, how to manage yourself, how to manage your emotions. Things go up, things go down. You have to still perform. Okay. I'm showing you some data which comes from LinkedIn. LinkedIn, we all know, is sort of a Facebook of the professionals. And there they see that what kind of jobs are needed. And you find that they have divided that into hard skills and soft skills. And you find that the usual kind of things are there, blockchain, cloud, etc. In soft skills, creativity, persuasion, collaboration, adaptability, emotional skills, all that are there. And then this is some work from the Society of Human Resource Management in USA. So these are very large companies. These are the people who employ graduates. And they are saying that what we need mostly is nowadays that problem solving skills, critical thinking skills, innovation, creativity, ability to deal with complexity, communication, those things are very, very important. So those are again things that you need in addition to your skills that you develop. So that brings me to this particular point. So when I say global in mind, I mean those skills that you must have for your area. So let's say if you are doing accounting, you must be a very, very good accountant. You must understand it inside out. And then, like, if you understand the word today, if you're looking for a job, chances are that even in India, Indian companies are working with global companies have got offices in India. If you get a job there, you must know how those companies work. A lot of things are very global. You may go out, you may work in a foreign country, so you must be very global. You must have all those skills. But if you see a tree, if it's very large, which is very global, then you need very deep roots to support it. In fact, deeper the roots, bigger becomes the tree and bigger becomes the tree's canopy. So deeper you have your Indian roots, you find that bigger you can be, more you can grow. So that is what in Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth we are trying to achieve, that we give you all this global in mind skills and then things to deal with art also. And success comes when you have both of them. Now, how do we give you global exposure? So a couple of things to remember here. Number one, this international recognition that is coming through ACCA. Very important. Your degree becomes instantly recognized in many countries. Secondly, you interact with many international professionals. At Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth, we have international professionals coming. I have spent all my working life in foreign countries. I am very focused on connecting with international universities, companies, institutes, and people of eminence even more. They will come. And thirdly, if you notice, Chinmaya Mission has got about 350 centers in India and overseas, all big countries, all big cities. We got centers. We got people of Indian origin who are connected with mission, who are working in large companies in very, very powerful positions. Through them, I want to connect you with those companies so that during your course, you are able to go to international countries, work for several weeks in international companies, and then you can become much more global that way. So these are some of my thoughts. And when you ask me, how do we become Indian in heart. To me, it's very simple. We have to just remember our Indian ethos and our family values. Many of you do that, and we will sort of put it even deeper roots. So I'll stop here, and I'd like to thank everybody once again.
Thank you, sir, for this very much great informative session. Now, we would request Sri Shravana Kumar, Head of ACCA, to introduce ACCA to our participants. Mr. Shravana Kumar, Head of the South India ACCA, will be providing valuable inputs on the ACCA program and its associated benefits. Mr. Shravana Kumar is an MBA in marketing and has a bachelor's degree in law. He has a proven excellence in areas like information security, e-learning, skill development, and legal consulting to meet the business demands of our organizations. Thank you. I would like to welcome you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. First, I take this opportunity to thank His Excellency Professor Abhay Kapoor, sir, and my friend and our ACCA member, Mr. Jeevan Sasidharan, and Mr. Santosh, sir, for joining this session. And I also take this moment to thank Professor Vinod and his team for taking efforts in terms of introducing this ACCA program at Chinmaya Group of Institutions. ACCA and Chinmaya University signed an MOU of understanding, Memorandum of Understanding, to work together and have ACCA courses along with the Chinmaya University offered commerce programs. And Chinmaya University has also have submitted their application for the introduction of BCom with the ACCA integrated program, and which is due for approval any moment, and they would be getting that recognition also very shortly, with where they will be launching the BCom with ACCA integrated module. So the biggest advantage for students here is who will be studying this program through Chinmaya University is that they will be able to complete the ACCA qualification along with their BCom, because the ACCA syllabus will be integrated with their BCom program, and it's called an accelerate program. That's what we call as integrated program. So when the term accelerate itself means that it reduces time, so the student is not required to study separately ACCA and BCom. So while they clear their exams in BCom, they get their due recognition, and that's the way the program is built. And just to start with, I'll just explain a few details, because Professor has earlier addressed what are the key things which is required through his statistics and data, especially on the hard skills and soft skills, and also the importance of being global but being an Indian at heart. And he has given also enough examples how our fellow Indians are successful managing global organizations and driving them with high success. And also the post-pandemic new normal and the survey which Professor has shared, the importance in terms of we ourselves being an expertise. So in today's dynamic, challenging situations, it is more important that we just don't complete graduation, but we also should be a specialist in that domain, expertise, or a professional in that domain. And ACCA is one of those qualifications which would help you to make yourself as an expert or a professional in the field of accounting and commerce. And I'll just run through the ACCA qualification for you. Anyway, on the employability opportunities, we have Mr. Jeevan Sasidharan, who is also Associate Director at EY, who is also an ACCA member. He will brief about that more. And further to that, if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask us. So ACCA was started off in the year 1904, and this itself shows a rich tradition of this qualification, how it has been successful and is always in demand in relevance to the changing economic situations. So this speaks about the volume of the richness of this institution itself as such. And ACCA is spread across in more than 180 plus countries actually, and we have close to 100 offices spread across the globe. And we have globally, we have tied up with all the leading universities and global MNC organizations. In this global map, you could see how our presence of ACCA across the globe. And now I'll just go into the qualification. See, in this slide, we have made it very simple. On the left hand side, you can see the qualification, which is split into four categories actually. The first one is applied knowledge level, where it has got 3 papers, which actually helps a student to prepare their foundation for the accounting and commerce very strongly. And next level comes the applied skills level, where we have 6 papers, which ensures that any student who is studying the qualification is able to master themselves in all these required mandatory important key areas of accounting and finance. And combinedly, this applied knowledge level and applied skills level is called fundamental level, and which totally comes as 9 papers. And next level is called the strategic professionals level, where we have 2 mandatory papers called strategic business leader, which is a fully loaded MBA kind of thing, where it ensures a student who is studying the qualification not only becomes as a sound accounting and commerce professional, but also as a leader with leadership and managerial skills to drive the organization and all that. So it's like a strategic business leader is more like a fully loaded MBA integrated into the program, because we see a lot of employers who want to train their finance leaders with this one particular paper alone as a standalone module. So that is a kind of a need what is there for this SBL among the employers. And the next paper is called the strategic business reporting, which basically prepares you. It is not only we master ourselves into the various subjects of accounting and finance, but it is also important that how we are able to prepare reports, how we are able to prepare project reports and other things. So this paper ensures that you come out successfully as an expert in terms of writing business reports and all that, financial reports and all that. And apart from this 2 mandatory strategic level professional papers, we have 4 optional papers, out of which you will have to complete any 2 of your choice, wherein advanced financial management or advanced performance management, advanced taxation or advanced audit and assurance. So in any of these 4 papers, you will have to complete 2 papers. So put together, the qualification is comprised of 13 papers. And after completing these 13 papers, ACCA always feels ethics and professionalism is the core of the qualification. And any passing out accounting professional, it is important that they not only being a good accountant, they should also be an accountant for good. So they have a social responsibility. They have a lot of responsibilities in terms of having an ethical practice and also being a very good professional, so that you are able to lead, drive, guide organizations on the right track for the wellness of the society, wellness of the organization, wellness for everyone. So that's where the ethics and professional paper consists of 20 hours of online learning module, where after completing all these 13 papers, the student has to complete that ethics and professionalism paper. And then, being a professional qualification, you also will have to need practical experience. So there is a 36 months called a PER, practical experience period. After completion of your academic 13 papers and the ethics and professionalism module, you will have to complete your practical experience. Only then you will be allowed to become as a member. And in the new normal, the new changing situation, especially the millennial kids and the Generation Z kids, this new environment is something different, where now we also need to have the agility of to learn, the agility to have that continuous learning. So continuous learning is very, very important nowadays. So after even becoming a peer, after completing your peer and becoming a member, every year you will be put to complete certain hours of learning module to renew your membership. That's called continuous professional development. The purpose of ACC having this continuous professional development is to ensure that you don't become obsolete, because now new rules, new laws, everything comes continuously. These are standards are getting implemented, new laws are coming in. So you will have to get yourself specialized even after completing your qualification. So ACCA as a professional body ensures that every member of ACCA is completing their CPD yearly, so that they are up to date. They are updated with the latest rules and regulations on the industry, so that it help them to conduct themselves as a competent accounting professional, and also to deliver their responsibilities appropriately. So this is all about the qualification in terms of how you need to prepare, and post qualification what is CPD I have explained. On the right hand side of the slide, you can see we have tried to map the competencies what a student will develop through studying ACCA qualification. So you will specialize yourself into this 10 basic competencies what is required for a professional accountant. One is on taxation, then you will it also the qualification prepares you on audit and assurance, financial management, government risk and control, corporate reporting, stakeholder relationship management, leadership and management skills, strategy and innovation, professionalism and ethics, as I said, and sustainable management accounting. So these are a basic 10 basic competencies which is required for a qualified professional accountant. Apart from this, there are other things also, forensic accounting and other areas which will be covered, but we are just try to map what are the core competencies which you will develop for yourself while you complete the ACCA qualification. And if you look at the global survey, one in every 5 top professionals, if you look at the global organizations, either CEOs or CFOs or heads of finance, you could see a ACCA person in that. And similarly, if you take about the global organizations, if you look at every top finance leaders in Fortune 500 companies, if you take 10 leaders, surely you'll find 1 or 2 from ACCA. That's the kind of recognition what you have, and through ACCA qualification, as Professor said, ACCA being a British or UK qualification and having a recognition in more than 180 plus countries, that gives you a career journey across the globe. So you can decide your career when you complete ACCA. So that's the biggest advantage. So there are 3 important things which is required when you choose a professional qualification. One is it should be having recognition. So ACCA has got a global recognition. Number 2, it should be rewarding. To lead a successful life, it should be highly, it should give opportunity for your higher earning capacity. It should give opportunity to make your life more successful with a higher remuneration, return on returns. And the third and most important thing now in after the globalization is a global career journey. So that's something which ACCA offers. So you go to any part of the globe, if you are an ACCA qualified, you will be recognized. So that's the biggest advantage what you have with the ACCA qualification. And I've just tried to capture some of the key employers, but the list is long. As I said, all the Fortune 1000 companies work with ACCA globally. Just for your snapshot, we have tried to capture a few of these names who continuously recruit, and especially EY is one of our global employer partner, where we not only work for EY also sponsor their employees to complete ACCA. That is one engagement. Apart from that, they do recruit a high volume of ACCA qualified students and affiliates. And we also engage with the EY and other Big Four consulting organizations on various professional insights and research work to understand what are the new trends which are evolving in the finance landscape especially. So these are some of our employers. And as I said earlier, those 9 competencies mapped thing will prepare you for various job roles which are mentioned in this slide. So these are some of those roles where ACCA people are recruited in various organizations. So as I mentioned earlier, how this slide will explain how the qualification prepares you, especially as I mentioned on the strategic business leader and strategic business reporting. And the other thing which I mentioned earlier was on ethics and professional skills module. Apart from that, today, even I just want to refer back to our professor's presentation, where your domain, functional expertise plus digital skills. That is the new mandate, which whichever field we need to be having the digital skills. And the ACCA has always thought about it, and because of various inputs from the organization saying that people are very strong in their technical knowledge, that is their functional knowledge. But in terms of other skills like soft skills like digital skills and other communication skills, people are lacking. So what we felt is, why should we make a person to go and study or prepare themselves for digital skills? So what we did is we ensured that we automated all our exams. So all our exams are computer-based exams. So by default, the student will have to prepare himself for all his studies through using the computers. So that is the bigger advantage what ACCA students, I mean affiliates and members have that advantage. While they come on board, they will be able to be conversant with the various skills what is required in terms of IT, especially on the computer skills like MS Office, Excel, which is more required for finance professionals, and also a few other courses like ERP and other things. So basically, we want to ensure that right from the day one, the student is able to use computers and do their academic task. So that becomes as a practice, and while they complete the qualification, they'll be more mastered in that also. So as I said earlier, we also engage with global organizations into various research work. So similarly, these are some of our research engagements with Singapore's CA Singapore, Chartered Accountancy Body of Singapore. And the next one is with what we engage with Ireland professional body, and the other last one is our engagement with the Institute of Directors in India, which is a governance body which manages the corporate governance. So we ACCA not only just provide the qualification but also engage with various global professional bodies into various. Recently, now we have done a research work jointly along with the CA Australia, New Zealand, and EY and by ACCA jointly on digital transformation, which that research report will be published in the month of November. So ACCA not only just provide the qualification, but also engages into various research work to understand the future trends, how the finance landscape is changing or what is required. And why we engage into these professional insights and research work is to basically understand what the industry is in need or what the industry is looking in. And what we do is through these research findings, we incorporate those things into the ACCA curriculum. So that is where employers look for ACCA qualified people, because the student or member who comes passing out the qualification is more in relevance to what they need is. So that is where, so every 3 years once ACCA upgrades its curriculum. So that means you can understand. So the student who completes the qualification will be more in relevance to what the industry or the corporate is expecting. So that's the biggest advantage of ACCA qualification. And I'll just conclude with 2 slides about ACCA in India. We came into India in the year 2013, and now the student base is actually, this is slightly older data. So we have more than 25,000 plus students who are studying ACCA in India. We have offices in Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Bangalore. And we have like Chinmaya Vidyapith University. We have more than now 80 plus university college partnerships across India. And we have a network of 50 plus ACCA approved learning partners across India. And the employer relations also, as I said, that is growing again. I mean, now the employer relations have gone more than 100 plus now in India itself. And apart from this, ACCA not only provides the qualification, we also support our students and our employees, especially by conducting roundtable sessions, panel discussions, frequent interaction along with industry leaders, with the students who are studying at the institutions. And also, we have a career portal called ACCA Careers, and every affiliate or student, partially qualified student or member, they have access to this career portal, and we connect our employers by posting their jobs in this career portal, which will be reached out to all the affiliates and members. And why we do this is to ensure that we connect the employers and the students who have completed the qualification, and also to enable or act as a super connector, where every pass out affiliate or member is able to make a successful career journey through these various opportunities which are being posted the jobs posted by the employers in our career portal. So with this, I'll end my presentation, and if any of you have any questions, you can ask us. And thank you once again. At the end of the session, if you have any details, any questions or any clarifications, and also if you want to reaffirm, want to know about the details of how it will be, we'll be working with Chinmaya Vishwavidyapith, you can feel free to ask me, and we will be able to address those questions. Just to end my note. Normally, there is a saying which elders used to say, especially in our families, if you have to achieve success, first and foremost, you need to come to the entrance of success. And to come to that entrance of success, you will have to get the address of success from various people, various journey across your life. And I think today, students who have come to attend this session, this is an entrance of success. I have always envied myself with my friends why I didn't get an opportunity to be as an Chinmaya alumni, but fortunately now time has come that I am now associated this way with Chinmaya, because the way how the education is being imparted at the college, in their institutions, and the culture, the value, what is being taught to students, because they don't alone focus more on the academics part alone. They don't create machines for exams. That's the way I want to say. Sorry for misquoting if that is the truth. Because generally, most of the institutions, they try to prepare the student only to score marks. So they make them like machines. But in Chinmaya institution, my own close friends have completed their studies in Chinmaya institution. So I know that the way how the education was being taught for them, and what are the other extracurricular activities and all that. And most importantly, the practical based approach with values. That is the biggest advantage. So you have reached the entrance of success now. That's Chinmaya Vishwavidyapith. And please make use of it. And this is an opportunity which all will not get. I'm one person who didn't get. So that way, and I have my friend Jeevan, who is an alumni. So you have both the extremes. So when we see from, the value of shade will be realized only when you stand in the hot sun. So that's what I just want to conclude. I wish all the students grand success and make use of this opportunity. And we from ACCA, we also have a very practical case-based approach, and rather than being a theoretical approach in our exams, in our qualification, all that. It's a great synergy between two great institutions. And once again, thanks to all of the university officials for giving an opportunity for ACCA to be associated with you. We look forward to work closely with the Chinmaya management group and take forward the ACCA qualification opportunity access for all the kids who are studying in Chinmaya group of institutions, not only the colleges, but also the schools. And once again, thank you to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the great knowledge that you have shared with us. And I'm sure that our participants would like to interact more with you during the Q&A session. Now, may I invite Sri Jeevan Shashidharan to explain in detail about the opportunities and the expectation that one would expect in today's industry circumstances. He is a director of EY and will be interacting with us on the employment opportunities. He is an ACCA and CS professional and had completed his MBA from Symbiosis. He has proven a track record of over 17 years associating with various corporate institutions. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Krishnaveni. Good morning, everybody. It's indeed a pleasure to be part of this webinar. Thanks a ton to Vinod for inviting me for this session. It is extremely happy for me to be part of this session because I did all my schooling, 14 years of schooling in Chinmaya, and my children are also now studying in Chinmaya. So it's an extreme pleasure to be facilitating and talking in this session. And I also see my school teacher, Shanti ma'am, who's there in the session. Hariom ma'am, really happy to be addressing a panel where you're also part of. And Ajay sir, it's been an insightful session that you gave, and you make my life easy because a lot of things you have already covered. And Sharavana, it makes me indeed even more proud to be ACCA every time I listen to your sessions on all the things that the institute is doing, and really amazed by the way various events are conducted by ACCA. Being a member, it's a proud moment for us to see the kind of training programs and the kind of events that we conduct year on year. I think, of course, pre-COVID, and I'm sure we will, continue with those sessions as we move forward. And and I know that Chinmaya is associating with renowned Institute Logic, and Santosh are really happy to see that Logic is associating to deliver this program for Chinmaya. So let me start from where Saravana left. Of course, ACCA indeed is a global qualification. And one thing that amazed me when I got my membership is that you also get a letter of equivalence which says that ACCA is equivalent to a master's degree of UK. So which means that this is a wonderful opportunity for our children to be achieving this kind of a qualification along with your BCom. So in a span of 4 years after your BCom, you are looking to have a master's degree which is equivalent to a UK master's degree. Right, so that's the beauty of the qualification, and the global reach is another thing that I think that always amazed me because yes, of course, it is valid in India and across various countries in the world. And even when you try to migrate to other countries, I have a lot of friends who've been trying to migrate. And when you go to any country in the world, like let's say Canada, you can easily convert it into a CPA in Canada. And then when you go to a New Zealand or Australia, wherever you go, you have a channel that ACCA provides you to acquire that additional qualification to be the chartered accountant of the respective country. That's another beauty, that we have with the qualification. And in India, I see that there is an MOU that's being signed with CMA India, which is Cost and Management Accounting India. So any country you go to, you don't need to worry. You already have a recognized qualification, and then you also have a easy track to get into the respective qualification of that country. So that's something that's truly amazed me all the time when I look at ACCA as a qualification. So moving forward, so typically, when I look at the market in India, I see two categories of companies who hire ACCAs in large numbers. So one is, as Ajay sir was lightly pointing out, there are a lot of multinational companies operating out of India. And these companies want people with a global mindset and want people with, professional qualifications that's recognized across the globe. So ACCA is one such qualification which companies hire for. And you can expect roles in financial accounting and reporting, or in relation to internal audit. And that's another area where I see a lot of MNCs hiring ACCAs. Then when you come to the next biggest bracket, I see the big fours and the consulting firms as another big bracket of companies which look out for ACCAs, again, because of the global, the global services that we provide from the big fours and consulting firms. ACCAs are sought after. And the beauty of ACCA is that you get to work in any domain. So typically, when you look at big four or other consulting firms, they have 4 domains of work that they provide services on. So the first domain is audit, which is your external audit, right? So if you want to become an audit professional, ACCA gives you the right advantage because IFRS is International Financial Reporting Standards, is covered in the curriculum, and there are very advanced papers on audit and assurance. And this helps you to get into a career of an audit professional, right? So that's the first service function that we have, across consulting firms. So audit is one area where there is mass hiring that happens for ACCA. EY alone, I think they hire about 100 people every year, means every season, I guess. And that's the kind of numbers at which, different consulting firms are hiring ACCAs. And then moving on to the other domain, which is taxation. So taxation is another domain where ACCAs can think about working. International taxation is relevant. So there is an advanced taxation paper that we cover in ACCA. And taxation is another area where our ACCA professionals can look at working in. The third domain, of course, is advisory. Under advisory, there are multiple professional areas that are available where ACCAs are in demand. So one being internal audit, right? So internal audit is part of advisory functions of most consulting firms, and that is one area where ACCAs are picked up for their knowledge on testing of controls, their knowledge on risk management, and all of those areas, right? So you can dream to become an internal audit professional soon after ACCA, and ACCA also has given you a challenge exam to appear for certified internal auditor, which is a global certification in internal audit. So that's one big domain that you can pick up. Another domain that companies have is financial accounting advisory, right? Again, with your knowledge of IFRS and accounting that you study as part of ACCA, that is another big area that you can target, right? Because all companies, a lot of clients across the world need advice on the standards that are, implemented, and also in adopting the existing standards, right? Even in India, I see a lot of ACCAs being in demand because of the recent Ind AS that has come in, right? So a lot of companies have to migrate to the Indian accounting standards. And if you look at it, Indian accounting standards is very, closely linked to the IFRS. I would say it's more or less similar to the IFRS standards that we study. So the financial accounting advisory is a huge area of scope for ACCAs under the advisory domain. Then the next area that I see is transaction advisory services. That is another big domain that Big Fours and other consulting firms have. And under transaction advisory services, ACCAs are picked up for areas like valuation, so business valuations, portfolio valuations, business modeling, and these are different areas for which they are picked up, right? So if you look at it with a global mindset for global companies, ACCAs have a place in all the domains that they operate in, all the kind of services that they provide to their clients, right? So you have multitude of options that is awaiting you in terms of your professional journey once you complete an ACCA program, right? And then I'm amazed by seeing I see a lot of people these days who come in and join us soon after their BCom at the age of 22 or 23, when you're paid really high salaries, and you're hired at a level which is normally a level higher than the level at which regular graduates are hired. So that's another beauty and I think the charm of having this ACCA as a qualification, right? Now, again, I told you all the job opportunities, right? But how do you land up in those job opportunities, right? So the pass percentage is around 40% plus, so which means that you have a huge population passing out every year. And how do you land in those dream jobs? Let me focus on that now. To land in your dream job, so obviously you are a professionally qualified person coming out of ACCA. And you are expected to be having that global mindset, and you're expected to be interacting with people across the globe. The first and foremost quality that you need to develop as budding professionals, as budding graduates, is communication skills. Your ability to handle English, written and spoken English, that's the first predominant factor that will keep you ahead of other candidates when it comes to clearing the interviews, right? So having an impressive CV is one, and then the first step towards clearing an interview is having that absolute communication skills. How do you develop that, right? Start as simple as start practicing communicating in English between your friends and everywhere possible, right? Don't be ashamed of talking in English. I remember my school days where I used to get fined if I'm caught talking in Malayalam. So that's the kind of seriousness that I have seen from my school days. So continue that spirit, continue talking in English, continue writing in English, and keep developing your English skills. Another way to improve your English skills is also to start reading a lot of books, start reading newspapers, English newspapers regularly. Hindu has been my favorite. Start reading business newspapers. I think most of you are commerce students, and start reading business newspapers regularly. This will help you in your ACCA curriculum as well, because all questions are based on case studies, right? So develop your written and spoken English skills. I think that's a first and foremost requirement that you need to meet for clearing those interviews. The second thing that I always talk about I did my ACCA when I was in my mid-career or my late career, I should say, when I realized that ACCA is teaching IFRS and I thought I need to pick it up. The one thing that I realized about the program is that every page, every content that is taught in ACCA is so work relevant, right? So study your content in detail, and you will not pass an interview unless you're able to answer questions on the stuff that you've learned in your curriculum, right? You be prepared to talk about the recent IFRS that has been, that has been implemented. Be prepared to talk about any part of your curriculum that you're being asked about, right? So most of the times why candidates fail in the interviews is because they're not able to answer basic questions. They're not able to talk about the provisions of the IFRS that they would have learned in multiple papers in the exam. So study your content in depth, right? So you should be prepared to talk about it at any point of time, at any interview, that you may attend. So that's the second step in clearing the interviews. And the third thing, so we get about 50 CVs, 60 CVs, 100 CVs, 200 CVs. When we need to shortlist only about, so I looked at 50 CVs when I had a requirement to shortlist about 9 or 10 people, right? So how do I shortlist? You're all ACCA. So we only got CVs of ACCA people. How do you shortlist that 25 or 30 CVs for the interview, right? We looked at, especially during the pandemic time, we looked at what did you pick up extra, right? What did you study extra? What are the additional skills that you kind of picked up, right? It could be any technology skill sets, right? So unless you have additional skills that you develop other than the core content that you study as part of ACCA. So rightly, Ajay sir was pointing out, your foundations or your foundational skill sets are built up in the professional qualification that you study, right? We looked at what are those candidates who went beyond the foundational skill sets to build other skill sets, be it technology skill sets. And technology skill sets are the far more important aspect of today's world, because everything is going into digital and everywhere we are expected to work with technology. So what other technology skills have you picked at? We looked at how people have mastered Microsoft Office. So start with your Word, Excel, your PowerPoint, and there's a beautiful Power BI which helps you with data visualization. Start with building or being an expert on your MS Office skill sets. I think that's the first thing that you need to pick up, because I don't remember any day in my current organization where I don't use an Excel or a PowerPoint. So master MS Office. So I think that's your first journey to developing your technology skill sets, and then look out for all the other kind of trainings and learnings that you can gather, right? So there are a lot of platforms available, Udemy, Coursera, and a lot of those platforms that are available where you can pick up additional skill sets. So think about what is your area of interest and pick up any skill set. So some of the hot topics today for auditors and accountants are data analysis and visualization, right? So any certifications or any trainings that you can pick up on data analytics tools and visualization tools will be really helpful. And another important aspect is ERP, right? So most clients operate, or large clients operate on SAP, Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics, and different kinds of enterprise resource application systems, ERP systems, right? So any certification, any learning on those ERP systems are also definitely going to help us. So I will leave it open to you, right? Mastering of Microsoft Office is given and it has to be done, right? Beyond that, depending on your interests, try and pick up those additional skill sets that will make you better preferred, when we are faced with a sea of 100 or 200 CVs, right? So we look at people who have done that extra effort to pick up those additional skill sets beyond their foundational skill sets. I think this is the most predominant factor that is looked upon by employers when we hire our candidates, right? I think these are the top three things that you need to focus on. And then the other things, I think we will automatically come up, and we'll train you to be better people once you join our professional services firms. But then if you have these three top-notch skill sets that you master, right? So first, the first and foremost being developing your communication skills, being thorough about your content, and then any additional skill sets that you can pick up, I think you can easily make your CV stand out as compared to a lot of the other CVs that come in. And then everything depends on your wow performance that you give during those interview sessions. But all these will give you the meat and all the confidence to speak really well for your interviews, right? I think that's the foundations that you need to build in, and the rest the corporates will take care. And continuous learning, mind you, your learning is never going to stop, right? At my age, I'm thinking of seeing the MOU with CMA. I'm thinking, why not do CMA also, right? So that's never stopping. And organizations like EY never allow you to sit alone, right? So they are running behind you to complete your learning, right? So that continuous learning attitude, have it developed now itself, because the corporates are not going to leave you. Even if you don't have that attitude, you have to complete your your learning hours every year. And ACCA is also not going to leave you, because you have to complete your learning hours. And good thing is, working for a approved employer helps you, because there is a reciprocal arrangement that ACCA gives you to give exceptions against the trainings that you've already done with your employer. So that helps. But then have that attitude to continuously learn during your professional life and excel everywhere you get into, right? And with that words, I would like to say thank you to everybody who attended this session, and really glad to be part of this and happy to answer any questions.
Sir, thank you very much for your great session, and your session has helped us to know more about this industry situations prevailing today. Thank you, sir. May I now invite Mr. Santosh Kumar, a popular academician, and he will be guiding us through the importance of professional education in the digital era. He is expert in the area of costing and financial management, and has been leading various activities for the well-being of the society. Planting trees, organizing medical camps, taking care of orphanages and old age homes, blood donation activities are only some of the main activities that he is actively involved. We now request Sri Santosh Kumar sir to share his experience and guide us on the right track. Sir, actually you are in mute, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Krishnamani. Thank you. I think now I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And good morning, all. Myself, Santosh Kumar, Director of Logic School of Management and a Management Accountant by profession. And I have been working as a faculty also for the last 22 years. Now, we already had informative and detailed sessions by eminent personalities like Ajay Kapoor sir, Saravana Kumar sir, Jeevan Shashiran sir. So I will make my presentation brief and to the point. So we'll be discussing about 3 points. One, why professional qualification? Second, why ACCA? And third one, why become integrated with ACCA program? So first, why a professional qualification? See, the standout, the first point is why a professional qualification? Stand out from the crowd. See, when we do a university program, a graduate program, we learn so many subjects in general. But when we do a professional qualification like ACCA or Chartered Accountancy, whatever it is, we gain specialized knowledge. We fine-tune our skills. So as a result, our job opportunities are higher. Our promotional opportunities are higher. So as a result, we always stand out from the crowd. And second is, Vinod sir, can you just move the slide, sir? yeah, the first point is stand out from the crowd, and second is improve your earning potential. See, when we have a professional qualification, definitely our income, our salary is much higher than a non-professional. I know some graduates who started their career with 15,000 or 20,000 rupees. At the same time, some of my own students, our own students who started their professional life, who are professionally qualified, started their career with 1.3 lakhs. So it's almost 8 times higher than a non-professional. So it doesn't mean that everyone who qualifies a professional degree will be getting this 1.35 or 1.5 lakhs, 1.3 or 1.5. So here Jeevan sir already explained to you the requirements. In addition to the professional qualification, definitely you should have the communication skill. You should have a better presentation skill and other soft skills. So with your professional qualification, if you have these soft skills also, and sir already explained about some value-added programs like MS Office and other things, SAP and other things. So with your professional qualification, if you have this communication skill, other soft skills, some value addition programs, definitely sky is your limit. And the third one is improve your on-job performance. See, in a professional qualification, not only you gain theoretical knowledge, we go through some practical experience. If you take ACC as an example, with your ACCA qualification or after your ACCA qualification, you should have 3 years of practical training. So this practical training will definitely improve your on-job performance. And as a professional, even the employers trust a qualified professional because they have already fine-tuned their skills. So all these actually improve your on-job performance also. So now, the fourth point is expand your professional network. See, most of these professional qualifications are globally accepted. So it automatically expands your professional network also. Now let us see why ACCA. ACCA founded in 1904 means ACCA has over 100 years of proven reputation for quality and excellence. There are 2,27,000 fully qualified members, 7,500 plus approved employers, and the students are spread across 180 plus countries. And I think there are 5,44,000 existing ACCA students also. That means the future ACCAs. So yeah, we have already discussed this point. Now, Saravana Kumar sir has already explained the structure of ACCA. So in brief, it is repeated here. Now, the relevance of ACCA qualification. Worldwide recognition, we have already seen. It's a globally accepted professional qualification. Second is flexibility. I think I need to explain this point little bit elaborate. When we consider some professional qualification like Chartered Accountancy or CMA India, then we have a group system. I'm explaining what is this flexibility. So in the foundation level, for Chartered Accountancy and other Indian professional qualification, you have 4 subjects. Intermediate level, there are 8 subjects. The final level, again, there are 8 subjects. So these subjects, we have to write under a group system. That means minimum 4 subjects together, that's a group system. But when it comes to ACCA, here it is on-demand exams, and you have the option to write paper-wise. So at a time, you can focus, you can prepare a single subject, you can write it, clear it, then you can move to the next subject. That is flexibility. That is one of the main attraction of ACCA qualification. Next. Then comprehensiveness. Yeah. Jeevan sir has already explained about it. Actually, you have so many areas to deal, especially in companies like Big Four. There, you can focus in taxation, you can focus in auditing, consulting, and even transactional activities also. So in ACCA, actually, we are dealing with all these areas. You learn tax, you learn auditing, you learn IFRS. So whatever it is, that is comprehensiveness. Automatically, professional status, I need not explain about it. Then partnership with employers. Already, I told you, ACCA have 7,500 plus approved employers, which will definitely help you to start your career. Next, please. Employers trust ACCA. That is why actually Jeevan Seshiran sir, and there was, we had one more guest, but unfortunately he could not join today. So that is why all these employers like Jeevan Seshiran sir and Anand sir was there in our session. So when we learn this specialized knowledge, the employers trust this qualification. Then high payment, I told you, for me itself, we had students who earned 8 times plus than a non-professional. Then short span of time. See, when we compare with chartered accountants or some other Indian professional qualification, it takes 5 to 6 years, normally 5 years. You will be able to complete this ACCA qualification in a period of, on an average, 2.5 years. Then thereafter, when you go for this practical training, definitely, when you're going through this practical training, there you are earning. It is not some stipend, you're getting salary also. So that is another advantage. And in addition to that, just now, Seshiran sir has explained, and even Saravanan sir has explained about some mutual recognition. ACCA has MOUs with CA Australia, New Zealand, even Malaysia. Then recently, ACCA has signed an MOU with CMI India. So these mutual recognitions actually increase our possibilities also. So definitely, it gives more opportunities abroad. So whenever you're planning to move outside also. So please to the next slide. And finally, why become with ACCA? So here I have included 4 points. I think this will be more attractive for the students when you are planning your BCom integrated with ACCA program. First, it saves time. So for graduation, normally we spend 3 years. On an average, for ACCA program, it takes 2.5 years, sometimes depends on the students, 3 years also. So when you learn this BCom with ACCA, definitely there we are saving that 2.5 years to 3 years. So that is one advantage. Second is saving cost. What is the savings in cost? See, when there is an integrated program, definitely for that, definitely we are expecting some paper exemptions in ACCA. For that exempted papers, we need not pay the exam fees. ACCA will be waiving some subscription fees. The coaching institute will be reducing their coaching fees. And again, if you're a hosteler, if you do BCom for 3 years, then thereafter another 2.5 years to 3 years for ACCA. So in total 6 years, you will be staying in a hostel. Or if you are a day scholar, you have traveling expense for 6 years. But when you go when you do this ACCA program in an integrated program, instead of this 6 years cost, you will be incurring cost only for 3 years. So such allied cost elements are also there, which you are saving through an integrated program. Then the fourth point is early earnings. So in the first point, we have already seen that we are saving 2.5 to 3 years when we are learning ACCA through the integrated program. So when we are saving the 3 years or 2.5 years, that means you are starting your career 2.5 years or 3 years before. So definitely it increases your earning capacity, then your experience, your promotional possibilities, everything is there. And finally, campus life with ACCA. See, I know there are so many students who join professional qualification after their graduation. What is the reason? At least for a good number of students, they wanted to enjoy their campus life also. When you join for an integrated program, you get both. You get a campus life, and along with this campus life, graduation and campus life, you are getting a professional qualification like ACCA. So you are enjoying both the benefits. Professional qualification is there, and you enjoy the campus life also. So I made my presentation brief because we already had detailed presentation from these eminent personalities. I'm happy to clarify if you have some doubts regarding this integrated program. And once again, thank you all. Thank you, Chinmaya University, Saravana Kumar sir, Jeevan sir, and all the participants also. Thank you so much.
Dear sir, thank you very much for your great words, and the session was highly motivating and helpful to us. Now we would now go through an interactive session, and the participants are free to clear their doubts. And we are also having Anita Francis, and she is an ACCA finalist. So to ask your questions, you can either use your chat box or normal talk. It's all yours.
And I suggest if Anita is there, she can share some of her experience how to pass this ACCA qualification and something like that.
Okay. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Anita Francis. I am an ACCA finalist, which means I have one more paper to clear. Okay, that is strategic professional level paper. So I have joined my journey with ACCA back in 2017 after my +2, that is my junior college. And I was simultaneously doing my BCom as well. For me, this journey has been so empowering. You know, I was able to study a professional course. At the same time, I was doing my graduation, and I was having exposure to so many global things. I got an opportunity to develop my soft skills, for example, communication. Because in the previous talks, I think it was pretty evident that you have to develop your soft skills. That is your communication, that is your Excel skills. You have to develop these things. So in these years, I was able to upgrade myself in these areas. And I have to really thank ACCA for putting out such a curriculum which enables and which also ensures the students are able to make use of these soft skills And they also try to, how do I put it? They try to convey the importance of these soft skills, importance of communication skills, importance of these technical skills in their curriculum. You take for example, when you're doing your professional level papers, then definitely you need to have a little bit of knowledge in these technical areas. Your communication skills have to be equally important. So for me, it was like a package. I had everything. I had a campus life. I studied my ACCA with Logic School of Management. I got a campus life. At the same time, I was doing a professional course. So for me, this was such an eye-opening, such a great experience. I just want to say a few things from my experience. The first one is, if someone tells you that ACCA is very easy to clear, okay, it is very easy. You don't have to do much of work here. You can simply pass ACCA. My friend, you are being misled here. No, every professional course has a standard. And that is why this particular course stands out from other courses. So you should first understand this is not impossible. If it was impossible, I would not be here. So this is not impossible, but you should have certain amount of commitment. Okay, you should be committed and you should have consistent hard work from day one onwards. I will assure you, you will pass this particular qualification. Second thing, see, our curriculum, our educational curriculum somewhat focuses on rote learning, mugging up, then writing it in the examination. No. When you're doing ACCA, no, a big, you should have concept clarity. That is very important. Concept clarity. So when you learn something, you should make sure that you understand the underlying concept and you apply that in the examination. Sure pass. You understand the concept, you work hard, you pass. So these are some of the things I want to tell future ACCA candidates. And I'm so happy that I got this opportunity to share my experience. And I hope this was useful for you. And in case you have a doubt as a future student, I'm more than happy to help or give any clarification on any particular area. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Anita. Audience, in fact, future leaders of India, please ask whatever doubts you have. For asking doubts, language is not a barrier. For getting a work-life balance, language can become a barrier, but we will solve it. Everything, there is solution. So let's not focus on problems. This is your time. We really thank you. So please ask any questions. All the eminent people are here. You can always ask. Malayalathilanengil, please choicholu. Njangal translate chedu kodukam. Malayalam, English, Hindi, Tamil. Ivide translators undu. But adinte mole we have to be careful, but feel free. Any questions? Even you can use chat box. There is one question. Sir, what all jobs we get if we study ACCA?
Jeevan, do you want to take it?
Yeah, I will take that. I've already covered that. So basically, ACCA is an accounting qualification. So anything on accounting, audit, internal audit, valuations, your domains are multiple, right? As an ACCA. So we also hire ACCAs in our core consulting domains, right? So the world is yours. Once you study ACCA, you will understand which part of the course is your favorite, and based on that, you choose your career.
Thank you. Jeevan has covered it very well. So ACCA is a full-rounded finance and accounting qualification. So which specializes you, as I said, when I presented earlier, I did show the various job roles, close to around 22 job roles which are available in the one particular slide I showed. And with the influence of technology coming in, the digital skills coming in, there are new roles evolving also. financial analyst, data analyst. These are some roles which are not traditional roles, which have started to evolve now. And we are getting new roles. Then apart from that, there is another area where, especially for finance professionals, because the CFO's role and the finance leaders' roles becomes more vital and important in any organization because of the influx of various technology platforms. So you will have to be more as a investigative kind of an approach on whatever you do because of the white collar crimes coming in, white collar kinds of online financial crimes and these things. So the role of the accountant has transformed a lot. And they were earlier used to be number checkers, but that's not the case. Now they are the consultants. Even if a CEO or a MD has tons and tons of money, still he wants to diversify his business and do new business. He has to, earlier it were like business leaders, CEOs who used to guide, but now the case is not that. The CFOs and the finance leaders are the future CEOs and MDs of the organizations. So that is the way the roles have started to evolve. So as Mr. Jeevan said, sky is your limit. Without finance and accounting, there is nobody's life.
Absolutely.
Individually, and there is no business in existence. You take from history from bar trading to today, it's all accounting and finance. So this is like the lifeline or breath, the intake of oxygen kind of a thing for any system to anything to go on, which drives. So there is abundance of opportunity and scope of ACCA in India. My dear friend Krishna, I would suggest you just type in Google www.accacareers.com or job portal, ACCA job portal. Just go into the job portal. You can search city-wise job postings, country-wise job postings, and even continent-wise job postings also. So because if I say that you have this, that, and all that, I represent ACCA, so people, this is an open audience, so they may feel that I'm trying to promote ACCA. I don't want to promote ACCA. You have Google, just type in www.accacareers.com. That will give you enough answers. Even yesterday from EY Kochi for their Manisa, that is Middle East and Africa, they've asked for close to around 200 plus ACCA qualified profiles, and they will come back to us for further more requirements. Especially South India has been identified as the fintech and financial services hub for India itself. So this is going to give more opportunities for finance and accounting qualified professionals. And as I said earlier, the organizations are no more looking for simple graduates. You need to be a professional. You need to be a professional specialist with enough digital skills. Then for you to grow, sky is the limit, and you can set your own limit. And the biggest advantage in all the professional qualifications in finance and accounting, I can say, is there are four basically professional qualifications. One is medicine, the other one is engineering, other one is law, and the fourth one is auditing or chartered accountancy. See, the flexibility is only within the chartered accountant, professionally qualified accounts professional, where you can switch domains. You can work for some time in advisory, then you can move on to taxation, from there to corporate governance. That is the biggest flexibility you have. And but whereas if you take a medicine professional, if a medicine professional becomes as a child pediatrist, then he can't go and do surgery. If he's an open heart surgery specialist, then he can't come and he can't specialize on nervous system and neurology. So there are limitations in the rest of the professional qualifications. If you take engineering, similarly, if I specialize on electrical engineering, then I have to be there only. And switching over from there to the other is a bigger challenge. And same is the case in the law. I myself, I'm a lawyer basically. So there is a challenge of switching over after time. But whereas in accounting and finance, the scope is wide and open. The choice is yours. So you will decide where you want to be. What is your chosen area of interest? Or if you get bored for some time, yes, you can change it over because the qualification gives you that flexibility.
Of course.
That's the biggest advantage.
Right. So a few more questions have come up.
Yeah.
So I'll just club and ask. One is, what is the minimum qualification and how many attempts can be done what is the minimum qualification for ACCA, and how many attempts can be done to clear a paper in ACCA?
See, I'll tell you one thing. There is no entry criteria. Even if a student who has just completed class 10th can come enter into ACCA. But they have to come through a program called FA, which is for schools which we provide for class 11, class 12 students. So they can come through that entry. That is one. The other next level is after completing 12th, you can join ACCA directly into the ACCA qualification. The next level is after completing your BCom graduation, you can come into ACCA qualification. Similarly, if you're a Indian ICW or CA qualified, then you can come and join, or even if you're IPCC completed, then you can come and join ACCA. There are various entry level paths, so there is no limitation. ACCA doesn't want to deny opportunity for anyone. We want to be very fair. We want to give opportunity for all. That is one thing. And then I read one more question. Can I write UPSC along with ACCA? It is up to you. No worries, because the ACCA is a different thing. For UPSC, they will look at your graduation one. So it doesn't stop you from writing UPSC. So it is up to you. You can, if you are interested, yes, you can be as a one of the current finance secretary, Mr. Somnath, is a FCCA, that is ACCA qualified, who is the finance secretary for Government of India, Ministry of Finance. So that is a good example. That is a good example. Is there something exceptional we can do if we study ACCA? Exceptional always depends upon the individual. That is the first thing. See, when we do something different from others, that is exceptional. So that is one. The advantage through ACCA qualification, if you are asking in terms of ACCA qualification, then if you complete ACCA, the fundamental level, then you have option of getting a BSc Honours in Applied Accounting from University of London by submitting 2 dissertations with the guidance of a qualified professor or a professional. Similarly, if you once you complete all the 13 papers and then you submit 2 dissertations, then you are eligible to get a MSc in Professional Accounting from University of London. That's what Mr. Jeevan told when he was given the course completion, that the equivalency for master's level for UK. That is what it means. So there are other global partner institutions, universities across the globe who are partnered with ACCA, give equivalency, and if you complete ACCA, they give, some of them give MBA, and it depends on the institution to choose and the dissertation or the research activity what you need to complete after the qualification. That is something exceptional you won't get from rest of the qualifications. Yeah.
Right. So Jeevan sir, one question. Does passing percentage of ACCA candidate matter when he's attending the interviews?
No, so when you're attending an interview, we don't look at your marks. We just look at whether you are an ACCA qualified, and it all depends on your performance in the interview. As I told you, your communication skills, like Anita pointed out, your conceptual clarity, how good you have studied your content, and then what extra skills that you have acquired. Only those things matter.
2 more light questions only. Does Google hire ACCA, and whether MBA Finance or ACCA, which is better and why?
Jeevan, I'll just take the first part and then you can go for the second part.
Sure.
It's not only Google, my friend. Globally, organizations will onboard ACCA talent and look for ACCA talent. The simple reason, during Mr. Jeevan's presentation, he was mentioning about one term called IFRS.
Absolutely.
So IFRS is the key which makes every organization to recruit for ACCA. The simple reason, out of the 198 UN member nations, I mean, when I mean that, the total number of countries which are part of the United Nations as a member nation, close to 180 plus countries follow IFRS as a system. IFRS is nothing but the language of finance professionals. For an engineer, it is engineering drawing. For a medical professional, it is a medical standards. So if a doctor in US writes a prescription, a doctor in India can go through, because it will be in line to that. Similarly, for an engineer, if an engineering drawing done by Indian design engineer is shared to a US engineer, he will be able to go through the drawings. So engineering drawing is the speaking language for engineers. So for law professionals, it is international law. So the interpretation happens through the international law. So similarly for accounting professionals, and especially after the wake of globalization, For accounting professionals, IFRS is the speaking language. So that's what Mr. Jeevan was mentioning about the latest IFRS standards and all that. So that way, whole globe uses, majority of the countries uses IFRS, even though you don't follow IFRS system, but you will have to know IFRS standards to interpret and collaborate. So that's the opportunity in terms of recognition of ACCA. All organizations hire. Now I'll pass it on to Jeevan, so you will take care of the next part of the question.
Yeah. So, see, MBA finance, I would say it depends on what profession you want to be in. If you want to be in an accounting and finance profession, ACCA is far ahead of an MBA finance. But what I have seen personally is when you do an MBA finance, the depth of knowledge and the kind of competency that you build in your finance and accounting domain is going to be very limited, right? But when you do an ACCA, you become a thorough finance and accounting professional with that flexibility to move across multiple, lines of business. So that's the biggest advantage of doing ACCA as compared to a MBA finance.
Fine, sir. So there is one question: what is advantage of doing BCom along with ACCA? Saravanan sir and others have suggested, but a glimpse.
Yeah, so saving in time, I wonder I had an option to do ACCA along with my BCom, because the amount of time that is saved and the entry salaries, that people come out, I'm so amazed to see 22, 23-year-old people, coming and joining us with those fat salaries, right? So that is the beauty, right? So you, after your BCom, you spend 3 years doing your BCom, in another 1 year, 1.5 years, if you get professionally qualified, the kind of entry level jobs that you get is going to be totally different from what you would have got with just a BCom degree. And nobody hires a normal BCom graduate these days, right? So it's very limited opportunities that you have for only an undergraduate degree holder. We will need a professional degree or a master's degree for your entry level job. That's very important.
Thank you, Jeevan. And just to add to Jeevan, see, 15 years back, if you ask how many people know about ACCA qualification, very limited.
Very limited.
And to be honest, when I joined law, I didn't know that there is a qualification like ACCA. So the reason why I'm mentioning is, see, in India, still there are a lot of families where only a single person earning is there. And we know how our society is, and they allow to manage the entire family. We haven't reached to that level of at every section of the society. So ACCA basically wants to give that opportunity for every person, even the person at the last section of the society, that they should not be denied an opportunity to study ACCA. And if you will go at the standard model and when you look at the BCom with ACCA, that's why I termed it as accelerate. That's how we call it. The reason is it reduces significant amount of cost. When I mean cost, not only the financial, but also your other costs. I mean the time, energy, travel, everything. So basically, it benefits the student. This model actually benefits the student in terms of completing the qualification faster, as mentioned by Mr. Jeevan. Second is today in India, the awareness about ACCA is very less. I mean, 10-15 years back, people has to go to Singapore or to UK to go and study ACCA, not in India. And only those kind of situation affordability, as Professor mentioned earlier. So those days, very few people, you can find only one person going abroad and studying in the villages. So I'm not talking about the metro cities or cities, but I'm talking from the villages side where students are very good, but they don't get an opportunity. So, but now this program coming through institutions like quality institutions like Chinmaya gives that confidence for their parents also, because parents will think, okay, what is this qualification? Whether at least if he completes a degree, he will be able to make his survival. That is the way a parent who has got higher burden will think. Not all parents are so much educated still in India, so it's not about underrating, but the awareness, it requires some time for our sections. So giving them, okay, why? Well, we make it integrated with BCom when we work in partnership with esteemed institutions like Chinmaya, and as I said, we are working closely with 90 plus universities. So that way, the concern of a parent towards his kid is also covered. because the kid is completing BCom with ACCA. So a minimum guarantee what a parent seeks, a graduation, that is also taken care. Even though the graduation is through ACCA, but still due to the non-awareness, it will require some more time. So that's where we want to come out, and that's why it's called as an accelerate program. And that's the biggest advantage. So students, as Mr. Jeevan said, please make use of it. And that too with a great institution of repute like Chinmaya, then what else you require? That's what powerful brands have joined. If you look at today in this panel itself, the EY, which is a powerful brand and a partner of ACCA. Similarly, Chinmaya also works with EY, so that's a synergy. And ACCA, it's a powerful brand. So these when you become part of this ecosystem, you are more in demand. I mean, people look at you in a different way. So that's what you need to make use of it. That's what I just want to do.
Thank you, sir. There is a couple of more questions, but probably we'll just trim it. One question from Adityan A is, how many papers get exempted in ACCA when doing integrated with BCom?
Okay, this depends on the institution, the model, and how they have applied for the integrated program. Basically, exemption is provided based on the level of ACCA syllabus integrated into the curriculum of the university or the college. So ACCA ensures that the university delivery model is also not affected, because they also have to meet the UGC criteria, guidelines, and all that. But also we see that seamless integration. That's what I want to say. And it's based on the level of integration. Right now, Chinmaya has proposed for a plan, and they have applied. They have requested with the integration level, fundamental level, but with a 6-paper exemption is what they have applied for. And the reason why they've done is they want to ensure that the right foundation and bridging for rest of the papers is also provided during this. So that's where they want to start off with this. And how this progresses and how, EV evolve, then if we can bring in some more innovation, that will be added upon in the future. So that's the way it is going to be here at Chinmaya. I hope that that has answered your question.
Yes, sir. I think the other question seems to be almost paraphrased. CA or ACCA, which is best? I think the pass percentage Jeevan sir has given and Sharavana sir has given, I think is addressing. Again, which university is best for ACCA? Sharavana sir again redrafted.
Not only
Yes, sir,
pass rate,
Santosh.
sir. Yeah, not only the pass rate, even the flexibility. So in
yes.
chartered accountancy and other programs, you have to go through a group system. But in ACCA, as I mentioned earlier, you can write paper-wise.
See, the biggest advantage in ACCA is if you can write each paper, and for example, I'm a student, I couldn't clear one paper in the exam. I can rewrite that one paper and get a progress on the qualification. So there is no group kind of a thing. So you have to rewrite all the papers and all those kinds of concepts is not there. And ACCA conducts 4 times exam in a year, even in this pandemic. Last year, and we have not stopped. We just cancelled one exam cycle last June, because that was the time COVID was on the high and government restrictions were there. So what we did is we cancelled that the center-based model, and we gave the flexibility so that the student can take his exam from his home. That's called remote exams. And we are the one and only professional body who has been continuously conducting the exams without any disruption. The reason it requires a lot of investment, effort, time, and all that. But we want to give the student that opportunity for them to progress. Nothing stops their education. So you students will have to understand one thing. That's the commitment what ACCA gives to the student who are studying ACCA. Because see, if there is a disruption, then it completely defers all your future plan.
Absolutely.
So that's what we are concerned. So that is the level of concern we have in terms of students who are studying, and we are very much concerned. Whatever number of students are joining, they are successful. We want them to be successful. So we take every effort. We provide enough online resources, learning resources, exam resources, and all that for students to ensure that they are able to get all the requisite support and knowledge to make themselves successful in the exams.
Fine, sir. So the other 2 questions I have taken your time to answer, just because For a MCOM, is it fine even if I am not able to clear ACCA, because UG is the qualification for a PG? So BCom is definitely a base. So no problem for that. So that's why I think we'll just take one more question and probably wind up, because all of you are busy and we really thank you. The last question is it better to study ACCA in India and work abroad, or study abroad and work there? Hope Narendra Modi ji doesn't look into this question seriously. Anyway, please.
No, forget about our PM. I'm just asking you whether you want to spend 500 rupees to get a meal, or you want to spend 5,000 rupees to get a meal.
Absolutely.
That is point number one. You invest 10 rupees, then you being going to be a future accountant, you need to calculate that way also. Investing 10 rupees and multiplying and making it into a lakh is better, or investing 1 lakh rupee and then multiplying into 2 lakh rupees better, which is better. So that's a straight answer to your question. See, if abroad studies is fine to say, but the pain will be known to only the person who is spending. Because it's not about only spending. You will also have to do some work abroad and to manage your day-to-day life and all that. It's not so easy like what we see. But whereas when you get a global qualification like ACCA at your own doorstep, that's what I said. 15 years back, people didn't know. 20 years back, when I was about to start my career, I didn't know. For example, Jeevan sir said when he was studying his graduation, he didn't know. He didn't have. So we
have that option.
Yeah, we all were latecomers. But for you, you are gifted generation. This generation Z is a gifted generation, and you guys are very fast. The trend in the industry has changed now. It is not how many years of experience, how much you do, how fast you are. That's more important. So just make it not for anybody else's. So now I have given the math. So how smart you are. If you are a finance professional, you need to be doing that calculation.
One point to add, sir, whether they study abroad or in India, the qualification is same.
Yeah.
They're going through the same
Absolutely.
syllabus, same exam also.
Same exam.
Again, because of too many questions, I don't want to trouble anybody, but I think this question seems to be very relevant. Jeevan sir, to you. After completing ACCA, 3-year practice is a must, or CA articleship have value for ACCA?
Yes.
So ACCA considers CA articleship also as part of their PER requirements. See, once you complete your ACCA affiliate level, we consider you as a full-fledged ACCA and we take you to the professional world where you're working at a higher salary as compared to CA articleship, where you're only getting a stipend. And that's a big difference. Although your stipend or although your CA articleship is considered to meet your experience requirements, you have the opportunity with an ACCA to actually work for an MNC company and earn a higher salary. And then in the journey of 3 years, you don't even realize when your membership certificate comes to you.
I think, thank you. Sorry for anybody whom we have not able to answer individually, but we all have to respect time and space. So Ajay ji is from Australia, Sharavanan sir in Chennai. There are a few people in Kochi. So this is truly network of networks. So I really thank you. Krishnaveni, if you have anything to add on, otherwise we'll.
No, sir. Thank you for your valuable time, sir. Now I request Dr. Vinod sir to have faculty and the head of the Department of Contemporary Knowledge System to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you. So again, the entire stuff or that essence has been delivered. So this is just an icing on the cake. But remember, content does matter. So first of all, thanks a lot, Ajay ji, for supporting us through this initiative. Even from Australia, even at the the opposite zone, if you look at, because right now it is almost evening for him, close to. So thank you, thanks a lot. And Chinmaya Vishwavidyapith has been extremely supportful in getting us through at a very fast pace. This acceleration would not have been possible without the consistent support by Sharavana sir and Santosh ji. So Sharavanan sir, really thank you. Even though we have troubled you 100 times over phone, please, this is just our anxiety and our moving forward thing. So we really thank you for that entire support. Looking forward to much more things. Santoshji, officially I will never thank you, but then I have to here. So really thank you. This would not be complete if we don't have a prospective employer or employer who will hire more ACCA graduates. But there again, the divine blessing is he becomes our Chinmaya alumni. So that is
Absolute
where,
pleasure
you
for
know,
me.
that's a real divine providence. So we always say, just do our work. All other things will fall in place, which is what Ajay ji has said probably 3 months ago. I think, thank you, Jeevan ji, for taking your precious time. We also had one more person who was an ex officio from EY, but his dad was not well, so he has to rush to hospital. So we really thank in his absence also. He is Professor, Anand Lakshman, director of 10DX. More importantly, we had 360 people, which is phenomenal. And this would not be possible without anybody's support. So really thank you. Anil ji, who is our marketing and media head for CVV, has helped us phenomenally taking coverage of press and media. Santosh ji and Sharonan sir, Jeevan sir, Ajay sir, and entire fraternity in CVV, a big thank you, and stay safe, but take good decisions. So time is important. Tomorrow the results are going to come. We really wish all of you the best. All of you would do excellent. That is definitely possible, and CBSE is going to vouch for it. Further, you take the right decisions, and please feel free to contact anybody of us. We will give our numbers on the chat, and we'll also reply back. We'll take good, fruitful decisions so that Mother India's flag fly high. Thank you. God bless. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Jai Hind.
The organizing team would
Thank you,
like to
everyone.
thank each of you for the great support. Even though we are passing through a very critical situation, you have kept aside your precious time for us. The participation has been very promising and an interactive session was very active one. Thank you once again for the overwhelming support, and let us hope that this pandemic situation would soon fade away and we shall be all together in this wonderful world. Thank you.
Beautiful. I'm really sorry. Krishnaveni is a first year student. So she is doing an excellent job. She's a BCom first year student. So thank you, Krishnaveni, for all your support. And this is your alma mater. You have to do it. Thank you, Krishnaveni.
Yes,
Take care. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeevan.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you,
Thank
Professor
you,
Ajay sir.
everyone.
Thank you, Santosh sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
everyone.
sir.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Very nice.
Thank you, sir.